Hi again, fellow unlicensed thinkers. So I recently had a dream, and it's something that I think we can all benefit from, the knowledge that I attained from it. But just as importantly, I was wrong about what the dream meant, and we can all learn from that as well. So before we get into that, if you could hit the like button for me right there, thank you. It helps me out in the algorithm, lets me be seen by more people, which I definitely want. So in this dream, I was in a house, and there was a flood, and the flood was covering everything around, everything. All of the landscape was just basically floodwaters, except the house that I was in. And the house was, like, the flood was coming this way towards the front of the house, and the house was untouched. The house was unmoved. No water was getting into the house. It was somehow magically protected from all of these violent floodwaters. And as I walked around the house, I could see the floodwaters rising and rising, and they were, coming up to the door, the windows, and no water was leaking in. Well, how fortunate, right? So I go to the back door, and I open up the back door. Well, actually, the back door was already open, but I'm not sure how significant that is. I haven't worked on that part yet. So out in the backyard, there was no water. It was like the house was sort of stopping all of the water from going into the house and into the backyard, but the sides and the front of the house were all absolutely inundated with water. I mean, it was deep, it was running fast, it was just this crazy mess. And so here I am inside the house thinking how fortunate I am. I have built this amazing house that is so strong that nothing can get in, like nothing can defeat me. I have unlimited power. I can do anything. And I was wrong. So first I had a conversation with my dad about the dream, and he said that he didn't really think that it was good that everything was being prevented from coming in, because he saw the water as more of like an allegory of the mind. And so there were aspects of the mind that I wasn't letting in. He was right. But he didn't quite cover what I really came to feel about the dream. So he was correct. There were things that I wasn't letting in. And I was seeing the water as something destructive, something that was tearing apart the landscape. But it was when I had a shift in thought that the water was energy. And what was happening is I was blocking the flow of that energy. So the energy was all around. The energy was in everything, around everything, flowing over everything, except I wasn't letting it into my house, which is me. I wasn't letting it get to me. I was stopping that energy with this wonderful house that I had built. So I had this super strong house, and I'm like, look at how awesome my house is. This is my castle. I can't be defeated. But really, what I was doing is I was blocking the energy coming through my house, coming into my house, coming to me. So if you've been watching the channel, of course you know I want to grow my channel, because that's part of the reason for doing this. I want to grow the channel. I want to reach more people. And I've written a book that I'm trying to get published, or going to get published, I should say, just depends on how. So that's a lot of things that I think what it was telling me is that I was blocking that energy. So why was I blocking it? Why was I afraid of it? Why was I happy when it wasn't getting in? Well, that had a lot to do with fears that I had. Just being shy or awkward and stuff like that. I didn't really want to be seen. I had problems with putting myself out there. And I don't really feel like I have those problems so much anymore, but sometimes, of course, they still manifest in some hidden way, in some unknown way. And so that's what's been happening here is I realized that I wasn't letting that energy in. I wasn't letting that energy fill me up, come into my space, come through me, because like I said, the back door was open. It's like it's waiting for the energy to allow it to come through. And so the back door is sitting there open. The backyard is sitting there empty. The backyard is getting no energy. And that's what I needed to do. I needed to, when I was walking around the house, instead of walking around with this pride of saying, oh, look at how nicely that window is holding the water out, and how there's no leaks under this door, and how wonderful. Instead, I needed to say, no. I need to open this door. I need to go up to the front door, and I need to pull it open, and I need to invite that energy in. I need to invite that flow to come in, to just wash over me, to fill up every part of the house, to wash through the house into the backyard where no energy was going. The backyard is where all of the people that I want to help are, where all of the things are that I want to accomplish. They are all in the backyard. And I wasn't letting that energy get to them. And so I had this really weird egotistical view about how great I was, about how strong my ideas were, about how wonderful everything was that I had set up, that I had built. And that's not the point. The point isn't what I was building or what I was setting up or how strong I was. The point was that I needed to be a conduit. I needed to be, so I identify with the full card from the Tarot. Actually, I ordered a tapestry that'll go right back there. So, but I identify with the Fool card from the Tarot because the Fool, he steps into the unknown. He invites the unknown. He says, whatever may come of this, let's deal with that when we get there. We don't have to worry about it right now. We just need to move and let that energy go. And that's what I wasn't doing. So I realized what I need to do is I need to further embody that presence of the Fool. And I need to not really care what it is that comes through as far as that energy, because I'm going to make something good of it. Whatever it is, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to find some way to make it useful to me. So I don't need to be afraid of it. I can just let what happens happen, and I will take care of it as it happens. I will enjoy it. I will use it. That is the energy of the Fool. And so not only do I open the door, I start letting that energy in, but I need to increase how much of a conduit I am for energy. And again, like I said, we can all learn something from this, because this is a big lesson. So I can open the front door, and sure, a bunch of water is going to come in, and a bunch of water is going to flow through the house, but I can go even further than that. I can walk around the house and I can open up every single window, every door in the house. I can open them all up, and I can let all of that energy in. I can let more and more energy flow through, because that's what it is. It's energy. It's not good or bad. It's not destructive or creative. It's energy. And so I let it flow through me. I let it flow through this strong house that I have, because this strong house isn't about keeping it out. This strong house is about being a conduit for it. And how much can I use? How much can I let through? How much can I send to other people? How much can I share? That's what this strong house is about. So the house is strong. The house stays there, because that is like a base. That is my intentions. That is my ideas, my hopes and dreams. But I don't want my hopes and dreams to block me off from the energy that allows my hopes and dreams and all of that to continue flowing, to get more energy, to provide more energy. And so I actually did turn this into a little bit of a visualization that you all might enjoy. So if you take a moment, whatever your situation is for doing visualizations, whether it be laying in bed, meditating, whatever, just think of yourself in this same house. Think of yourself in a house, and the whole landscape is surrounded by water. And the water isn't getting into the house, or not much water is getting into the house. And in your mind's eye, walk yourself to the door. Walk yourself to that front door. Open it up. and let that energy come in. Let that water come in and fill up the house. Let it flow through the house. Accept it and invite it. Say, I welcome you in. And you're not trying to stop it. You're not trying to control it. You just let it flow right over you. It doesn't have to knock you down. It might. Doesn't knock me down in my visualizations, but try that. Try seeing all of that landscape covered in water and yourself separated from it. And then see yourself inviting that energy in, inviting that manna, that manifestation, that materialization, all of that energy. Let it into your house. Let it wash over you. Let it bring whatever it's going to bring, and then you can turn whatever that is into whatever your desires are. And hopefully you'll help people too. But that's all up to you. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I love hearing from you. Be sure to hit subscribe if you haven't, and share the video. Have a great day.